Hello, it's the Beginning Crafter. Welcome to another WIPMAS. Today is the 7th of December already. It's after midnight and I'm going to show you what I worked on the 6th of December. And since it was a Saturday, it was a pretty good day. I did make a lot of progress in my WIPs, so I'm quite happy. I didn't have as much time as I had thought, but still it was good progress for the day, so I'm quite happy to share. So the first project was the main focus for the day, and unfortunately I was so excited to start stitching on it that I did not take a picture before stitching on it. So there's not, I can't show visually the comparison between yesterday and today, but what I had yesterday was those 4 shapes gridded. Here I think I only went to more or less here, just the line, the bottom line, and I filled this grid and I started filling this grid. And today I filled this one completely, and I also filled this one. So I have 3 grids filled, and that's my level 3 goal for the year. So I retired already this whip from my spinning wheel so that it doesn't come up as my focus piece. I may stitch on it during WIPMAS, but it's not going to be my main piece, definitely. And I also started gridding other grids to get ready for filling other areas of the stitch along. So yay, this is a win. Because I reached my goals for the year, so yay, super happy about that. Then I knitted the Wishbone Sweater, and I knitted 3 or 4 rounds. I don't remember exactly, and I'm too lazy to count. I think it was 4 rounds, and I only have this much yarn left. I did take and measured from the end the 3 lengths of circumference, because that's how it's usually advised to leave if you want to do the Italian bind off, and that's, I think, what's in the pattern. I may try to risk using this to knit 1 more round with what I have. But that would be it. That would be it for the Wishbone Sweater. Although binding off will take me a lot of time, because it's a lot of circumference for my size. I am stitching 5XL size, so the biggest one Kutowa Kika has. So it's going to take me some time, but I should be ready. I should be ready by Monday for the test knit. So I'm super happy about that. I think you can see in the camera that where the other thread finished, because up to here you can see this delicate lighter color, so I think it actually gives it a bit more like a different structure, sort of, but I don't think it's going to bother me, because it's going to be at the bottom of my body. However, the hem is actually not as long as I thought it would be. It's 7 centimeters at this point, and it should be 7.5, so it is shorter, but I don't have any more yarn, and I don't think buying a new ball of yarn would help much, because then it would be twice as long, and I also don't think that would work well. So the hem is going to be slightly shorter, I think, but on the other hand, I think the sweater will grow with wearing it because it is quite heavy. So I think gravity will make it longer, so it might not be visible. And also blocking. I guess I will just block it slightly longer, stronger, like more strongly, so that it actually doesn't look different from the hem in the sleeves. Then I managed to work on the fairy, and I actually worked quite a lot on the fairy, much more than I thought I would be able to, but because it was light today, I was able to stitch for quite a while on it. So I beaded this part of the skirt, so all the beads here, and I finished this part as well. And I have really good comparison now of how it works when you put beads onto a stitched area and when you put beads into an area that is prepared. I think those last 3 beads were in the empty stitches that I left specifically for that. Definitely leave the stitches unstitched, like the stitches, the area where you're putting beads, it's best if they are not stitched, because then the bead goes precisely into that spot. When I have those beads in the areas that are stitched, they sometimes move slightly because they don't have any area that sort of blocks them. So it's a lesson to be learned for the future. I will bead some projects. So this is a lesson to be learned, and I wish it was easily stated in the patterns that this is the best or easiest way. And I remember in this pattern, because I checked, in this pattern the beads were on top of a color. Sometimes not. So I wasn't really sure, and I think I don't really remember how I stitched it. It was way too long ago. But I think I first stitched full areas, and only then I realized that maybe I should be doing it differently. In here, I think I wasn't really able to decide well, but I think this is how it went, that I thought maybe it would be best if I leave the area, and it definitely works better when you leave an area for the bead than when you try to bead on top of a stitch. So yeah, but that's the fairy. I still have quite a lot of beads to bead because of course I need them on this part of skirt. They go in here, probably here as well, and another color goes on the bottom and also around her hair and wings. There will be, or maybe here, there will be a different color beads. So there's still a lot of beads to put into the fairy. I do hope to actually finish it this year because I kind of got into the groove of working on the fairy. So I think I should continue with that. But the problem with the fairy is that I can only stitch on it on days such as today, or I guess tomorrow, when I have a lot of time around midday, when it's still light outside. And even though I do have to use artificial lighting to see well, because the sun isn't shining, like doesn't shine too brightly in winter, but still it helps better to see where I'm supposed to stitch things. So I don't have too many days to work on that. But then again, Christmas break, so maybe then. But I do hope to stitch also again on the ferry tomorrow, so that I use the day wisely and put some stitches on it again. Then I also stitched on the Extraordinary Bird stitch along, and I also did not remember to take a picture for comparison, unfortunately. But I did work on this large area of flowers and birds. So a lot of green was put in here. And I didn't move much today because I know that I had to finish this creature here. And then I switched to the green, and the green went here, a lot of it, and then it went near the flowers in here. So I think I still have a tiny bit of this color left, like 15 stitches, something like that. I stitched 105 stitches on the Extraordinary Birds, so a little bit less than I should each day to make it before the end of December and before the end of the year. But because I'm moving on to colors that have more than 100 stitches left in them, there won't be that much need of rethreading, and it should go faster because of that. So Extraordinary Birds got some stitches done. Another color is gone, so it's getting filled more completely. And the last project I managed to work on was Envy. And with Envy, I did remember to take pictures. So first, here's what it's going to look like once it's finished. And this is what it looked like before I started stitching. I only stitched 140 stitches today, so I don't think the difference will be that huge. Although I did stitch in areas that were quite white, so I should be able to find them and point them out to you. So I definitely worked in here and in here and this stitch. I finished what I started yesterday, so I think around this square, and then I moved. Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I moved. I was pointing it out here to this green area here, and this is the thread that I still need to continue, so that the symbol in the circle is a bit better visible. And I put 140 stitches into Envy. So this is what it looks like so far. Yeah, I might finish the page, but there are so many confetti stitches, and there are also maybe not confetti stitches, but there are quite a lot of stitches that have like 20 or 30 stitches, and then they move to a different page. So it feels like a confetti stitch because I will have to thread, stitch, and then cut, and then bobbinate the rest. And I don't like doing that because it means I'm going to have to rethread that at some point. So I'll try to first stitch all the stitches that I have with a lot of stitches of a given color until the end of the page, and then maybe move to those confetti ones to fill out the page a little bit better. So that's what I worked on. Like I said, it was a good day. Tomorrow should be better because I don't have anything planned for tomorrow. I only want to go to the Christmas fair to buy a few things especially food. Okay, now the advent calendar. I had the Laffy Taffy from today and it was pretty good. We do have something similar, although I remember from my childhood, it was like a fruit, but it was spelled F-R-U-T-T, and it was much longer piece of this kind of gum, but it was only in pharmacists. You could only buy it there, so that's what I remember. Now, I haven't really looked in shops for those kind of candy, so I don't know. Okay, so today is the 7th. Oh, there it is, in the center of the piece. And it's Warhearts again! New sour fruity flavors. Huh! I had a lemon warhead today from day 2. And it was super sour. This one does not say extremely sour. Just new sour fruity flavors. So I do hope it's not going to be extremely sour. And it's cubes, not like regular round candy. So let's have the wheel again choose a focus piece for tomorrow. And as you can see, it's a one less project because I did take the Blackwork out, and hopefully tomorrow I will also take the Wishbone Sweater out. UFOs. Okay. Not super excited about that, I'll be honest. Because those are all the unfinished projects from, for example, Crochet Society boxes that I'm pushing and pushing and pushing away from me, even though they are so close to get finished. But they are mostly annoying to get finished because I need to sew them up together and things like that. So not the most exciting project, but I think it's good that the wheel chose them. Because I do need to finally get to them and finish them and create space for me to have new projects to work on and not have it like over my head all the time. So not the most exciting rule, but if I plan it well, I could get rid of this piece of the wheel tomorrow, although I have the owl, I have Pikachu, I have the teddy bear crochet stand, I have the Christmas bubble, and I have the Easter egg. So that's at least 5 USOs that I can think of off the top of my head. It's possible. I'm not sure it's probable because first I'll need to find proper instructions. And I have the instructions partly in that middle box because there should be some Crochet Society booklets, but most of them are in the boxes still in my bedroom. So I'll have to open all the boxes and check them out. And for Pikachu, I don't even know where the pattern is, but with Pikachu actually I only need to stitch the extremities to the body. So that's more or less what I see them where they should be. So it's not, I don't really need the pattern for that. So yeah, it is possible. Not with the Christmas bubble though, and with a Christmas egg. I mean, it's not that it's impossible, but I don't think I have the shape of what I'm supposed to cut out. And to be able to do that from the magazine, I would have to go to a place where they will make a copy for me, because then I need to cut it out, stick it onto a piece of cardboard, and then have this as a guide. So that will require preparation, which I'm not sure I'm ready for, but we'll see what happens. But I definitely should have at least one UFO, no longer UFO, it should be an FFO, hopefully. And hopefully I will end the Wishbone Sweater as well. So that will take 2 pieces off the wheel. And hopefully the fairy, so that it continues growing. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up, leave a comment down below, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to see the progress, especially on the UFOs. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!